Okay, so this day I had a salad. I'm using a kale beet blend here, and I am also having the John Soul's Food chicken fajitas, 3 ounces for 1 point. I have an apple cut up in here. I've got 2 ounces of pumpkin seeds in here, and the dressing that I'm going to have is going to be the pomegranate vinaigrette. I'll show that to you in just a second here. I'm sorry I had to do a voiceover because the TV was too loud. So this is my dessert. This is my dressing. Okay, and so this was awesome. All right, I am back on track today, and we are heading to the gym, and I am going to work out, hopefully maybe some of the stuff I did yesterday still. It is Saturday morning and I'm on my way to go shopping, so I wanted to take you with me. I'm trying to get out earlier before the rest of the world wakes up so that it won't be so crowded. I'm taking a back road now, so no worries. There's like nobody here driving with me. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about, I'm back on point. I'm back on point after that. What happened on Thursday. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check out my last video, the whole chips and donut episode. I'm much better now, but I wanted to, kind of remind everybody, if if I can give any advice out of that, it would be, if you go off the rails a little bit, if you get off the wagon a little bit, however you want to call it, you have one of those days, do not waste it. Don't deny it and go, I don't want to think about what I did. That is a waste of the experience. Look at it and look deep into it, as deep as you can. Don't get all obsessed about it. Don't, get all upset and discouraged, feeling guilty about it and stuff like that. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is look into why you did what you did with whatever food you did, and look into why is it that you feel that way about that specific food, and why did you allow it to have that kind of infiltration into your life and into your journey. Look at your relationship with that particular food, how it came about, and how maybe you really do feel about it, so that you can move on, put it in its proper place, and devise a better plan to avoid it the next time. And so with me, that's what happened with donuts. I kind of investigated a little further and saw that I really don't feel about donuts the way I thought I did. And I was able to go, okay, you know what? I'm going to step back and get those out of my diet for a bit, because I want to. I mean, if I wanted to, I'll add it back in, but it's not because I'm like, oh, donuts are my favorite. I've thought that way for a long time. But anyway, I did find out that my favorite is something else. It's ambrosia. I like that. And I could work that into my eating plan much easier than I can donuts. I also found out that I need to be a little bit more aware of the way that I influence other people who may be going on their journey, such as you guys, or Calvin, my eldest, who was also on a health journey, and I felt like I wasn't the best influence with him that day as well. So I learned a lot about myself, and I'm ready to move on. I was toying around with the idea of going no added sugars, right? Which I've done before in the past, and I know I can do it. But the problem is the donut thing again. Once I tell myself, you can't have this, you can't have that, then you have more of a, you think about it more, right? I mean, this is human nature. It could become an obsession. It could become this, put in this unhealthy place, where you're wanting it more than you did before. And I don't want that. But I do need to set some more definite boundaries, you know what I mean, when it comes to sugar, I think. And so I know sugar is very addictive, and I don't like that whole thing. I don't like to fall into that trap. if I can help it. My breakfast this morning, I had some decaf, and I just wasn't hungry because last night, you know, we went to the gym. My husband and I worked out there, and then we went and had a soak in the pool, and it was it's one of our date nights. And then they have a cafe there, so we ate there, and there was nothing but healthy stuff, you know, so it was good. But I'm still kind of full from last night. So this morning I made, since I'm out shopping, I wanted to come armed with a plan. So I have with me a breakfast sandwich in case I get hungry, which is a 4-point sandwich. It is 100 calories of a multigrain Thomas's low-calorie muffin, English muffin, with a half a cup of egg whites and 1 thin slice of ultra thin provolone from Sargento, which all adds up to 4 points. And I stopped putting butter on these things because it's not worth the points for me. If I want a buttery taste, I'll just mix up a few butter buds and put that on there for 0 points. You can use butter buds powdered or liquid, you know, so I generally just use it powdered, and it's just fine. But anyway, so I wanted to share with you a little bit about my day and my plan and how it's going and how I plan to stay on point today. I'm not looking past today. I just want to do today well and get to the end of today and go, yeah, I did it well. I got my Fitbit on. I already drank 33 ounces of this. And so I've got more here. I'm going to be doing my water and staying on point as much as I can. So I will check in with you later. Love you guys. Sometimes I want to have a little soup with like a sandwich or a pita or something, so I'm going to make a real simple soup. Basically, I'm taking 2 leeks and I've cut them up here. I'm going to be using this ground right turkey, which is 3 points for 4 ounces. And then I'm going to use this vegetarian no chicken broth, which I really like the flavor of it. And actually, you know, it's all veggies is what it is. But one thing that impressed me was the sodium in this is 140 milligrams per serving. And then this one, which is the organic chicken stock, is 480 milligrams per serving. So guess which one I'm going to be using? I am going to be using the vegetarian one because of that. So these 3 items are going in here, and then we'll spice it up. So I just basically tenderized and browned these leeks in about a tablespoon of olive oil, and I've added my turkey in here. I'm going to brown that with the leeks. So I just cooked those together. I added a couple of teaspoons of this 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's, which does not have salt in it. And then now I'm going to add in the broth, and then I'm just gonna, now this broth has kind of like a salty taste about it, even though it's super low in sodium, you know, when you compare it to other broths. And then I will add salt if I want to. So I'm just gonna kind of like season it up as I go, but I'm gonna let this simmer for a while. But it's a real simple soup, but it's super, super flavorful, and it'll go with, you know, whatever I'm having for lunch or dinner. And one thing that, the only thing you're going to count on Freestyle is the amount of turkey that you put in your bowl. So if you have 2 ounces, you know, I mean, well, 4 ounces is 3 points, so adjust it accordingly. All right, adding a little salt, sea salt, and garlic to the soup. So I have for lunch 1 Olay wrap. Don't mind my dog breathing. Oh my goodness. Some avocado, and then a little lettuce and tomato, and then the John Soul's Food chicken breasts. Here I have an apple in case I want it, and the soup. And so altogether this lunch is going to be about, I want to say 3 or 4 points. Hey everybody, I am outside working on my tan, and I'm digging up all the stuff that was in the old boxes, and I'm going to lay down new dirt. Well, I'm going to mix in some good soil with that, and then just clean it up and get it ready for the next season of planting. Everybody, it is Thursday morning, and I haven't put a video up in a while, and I'm really behind on my watching videos and my commenting, and I am so sorry. There's been a lot going on here, and I am going to be catching up today as best as I can, but also I wanted to catch you up on what was going on with me. I'm going to be changing a few things around in my diet because like I told you, I really want to back away from a lot of sugar, and one thing that I'm finding is that in the past, one way I've been able to do that is by having to step back from some carbs. And because the more carbs that I have in my life, it's like it constantly feeds that need to find more carbs, and my body wants to burn sugar and not the fat in my body. And so when I pull back from doing that, not only do I drop a few pounds, but it helps me focus a little better, and it takes away those cravings so that I'm not always hungry and thinking about food and things like that. So I'm going to be changing things up a little bit. You'll notice a little bit of difference in my diet. All I'm going to say is that I think well, I'll talk to you a little bit more in the next video, but I'll show you some pictures of the things that I've been eating, and I feel great so far. So anyway, I'll see you soon. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk more. All right, bye.